Django admin start a project, and this is my project here. So project sum 22. Then after developing a project, okay, develop. So Python manage dot py and start application 1. So I created project and even I created a application. So open the project here. So open the project here. Yeah. So just open the folder. So this is your project. Open the project. Now go to the database. Now MySQL command line. So here I'm using a database here. So let us take one new database. Okay. So let us take one new database, or you can create an existing database also. So I'm creating a new database and database 4. So I created database. Okay, what is the name of the database? Database 4. Okay. So after creating a database, now you configure that database in settings.py. So configure that database in settings.py. Now here I'm writing application 1, here application 1, and even you define the templates path, and this is base directly slash, and what is that? Templates. And configure backend here. And what is the backend you are using? MySQL. Backend is a MySQL. And what is the name of the database you are using? Database what? 4. Database 4. Then you are defining user, and user is root, and you are trying to define the password. And what is the password is again root. You are trying to define the host. Where is your database is local host. Then you are trying to define what here? Port number. And what is the port is 3306. Okay, I have defined everything. So this is a default database. And after defining the default database, now go to the application and create one model. Create one model. And what is the name of the model is user register. I'm saying models dot model. What is the name of the model is user registration. Okay, this model contains the information about users. Now this model is having different fields. There is a field called name. So there is a name, and where I'm saying models dot, which field here? Character field. And I'm trying to define the maximum length. So maximum length is 15, and there is a user name, second field, and this is a character field. And here also I define the maximum length of username is 15, and I'm saying primary key equal to true. Means username must be a unique. Which one must be unique? Username must be unique. So models dot character field. I just write the maximum length is some 15 again. So there is a class, and there is a class called meta, and I just define db table. And what is the table name is users table. I'm creating a table with what name? Users. Okay, right? So this is about which one? Model. So once you build a model, keep your database ready. So keep your database ready. Okay. So how you do this? Python manage dot manage dot py make migrations. Make migrations. So do the migrations and Python manage dot py migrate. So do the migrations. So once this is done, now see in the backend, is it table is created or not? So I said here database 4 and show tables. Now you can see there is one table created, and what is the name of the table is users. Now this users table is what created. Okay. Then after that, for this user registration, I'll create one form. For this user registration and login, I create one form. So I try to develop two forms. One is login form and one more is user registration form. Okay. I try to create two forms. Now within the application, create one module. What is the name of the module is forms.py. So from Django import. What do you import? Forms. Now there is a class, and what is a class is a registration form, or register form, or user register form, user registration form, and this is which form? Forms dot forms dot model form. This is what model form. So here you try to define meta and you define the model name. Now you want to include all the fields from application one dot from application one dot models import. What is the name of the model is user register. What is the model name is user register, and you are trying to include all the fields and you are trying to give underscore underscore all, means you are including all the fields. So this is which form? User register form. This is which form? User register form. Okay. Then after that there is a class. Okay, there is a class, and here you define. Suppose you are including all the fields, but password field should be whatever you type in the password that should be hidden, right? It should not be visible. But here I've taken which field? Character field. Okay, let me take this as which field? Which field? Is there a password field? Is there a not there, right? Okay, so you have to take this as which field? Character field only. You can use widget, but where you use widget in the form? So in the form, you try to define it. What is the name of the field is password field. And password field is which type? So forms dot, which field? Character field. And you define the maximum length. And what is the maximum length is 15, comma. Then what is this? Widget. What is a widget is? Forms dot. What is the name of this is? Password input. The widget is password input. Means whatever you input, is it that input data is visible or not visible? Not visible. Okay, na? So I try to use one widget. What is a widget I use? Password input. Otherwise, what is the input type is text. If it is a character field, what is input type is text. But if I'm using a widget, now what is the input type is password. Okay, input type is which type now? Password type. Okay, otherwise if I don't write widget is forms dot password input, then what is the input type is text. And whatever you input in the text field, is it visible or not visible? Visible. But whatever you input in the password field, is it visible or not visible? Not visible. Then how can you hide it? By just defining the forms dot password input. Getting on it, right? So then there is one more form. And what is this form is sign in. Sign in form. This is a sign in form. Okay. Sign in form is forms dot which form? Model form. Actually, you don't require model form. If you want, you can use model form because you are not doing any validations, right? Okay, you just read the data from model and verifies. Is it this username password is valid or Not. But if you want to check any validation, just go for which one? Model form. Okay, yes, sign in form. So generally validation is checked to verify is it input patterns are valid or not. Getting or not? Okay, before doing any operations, if you want to check is it input data in valid pattern or invalid pattern. Suppose name should be in uppercase. Now password should match with this particular pattern. So that kind of validations you are doing at which level? Form level or field level. Okay. So this is a sign in form is which form? Model form. Model form. And then you are saying class, you are including. What is a model? Model name is user register. Model name is user register and you are using exclude. So fields, there is exclude is there. So what is the name of the attribute is exclude, and what you want to exclude is, or if you want, because three fields are there, you can just include the fields. Fields is for including. What fields you are including? What fields you are including? Uname. What field you are including? Password. But is it name is required or not required? Not required. Name is not required. In login, name is required? No. In login, you required only two things. One is username and one more is password. You required only two things. One is username and password. Now here you can use fields. Fields is for the fields which you want to include. Here you can also use exclude. If I'm using attribute name is exclude, means it will include all the fields apart from these fields. Okay, that is for that you can use what here? Exclude. Okay, yes. This is done. Okay, this is done. Now that is user registration form and one more is which form? Sign in form. Clear? Bolo here. Okay. So these are the two forms what we develop. Then come to views. In views, I'm saying forms dot from Django dot views. Now import. What is the name of the class is? View class. View is a base class or not? Yes. Okay, then I'm writing a sign. I develop this and from application one dot forms import. What is the name of the form? User registration form, and one more is what? Sign in form. And at the same time, from application one dot models import. What is the name of the model? User register model. Okay, right? Then what I'm doing is this you should understand. If you understand this, the other views becomes very easy, like template view and create view, update view, edit view, delete view, okay, redirect view. All this becomes very easy. Okay, na? Right, class. What is the name of the class is? Sign up. Okay, what is the name of the class is? Sign up view. What I said here? Sign in view, sign up view. Okay. Now sign up view is a view. Sign up view is a view. Now here you are overriding which method? Get method. And it is an instance method. An instance method is having first parameter as what? Self. And get method is receiving input or not? Yes. So that you can call it as which one? Request. It receive the request and generate the response. What is the response is? What is the response is? Form. Which form? Empty form. Which form it is? Empty form. You have to create one empty form. And in that form, the user will input the data. The user will what? Input the data and click on sign in or sign up. Okay, empty form where you'll enter the data and click on sign up. Once you click on sign up, is it request come to the same view or different view? Same view. But this time, what is the request method is? Post. So in post request, you populate the data within the form and verify it. If it is valid, what do you do it? Insert data. If it is invalid, it will generate which form? Error form. It will generate which form? Error form. You don't require to write if or else like that because you are handling everything in one, you are handling in two different views. Okay, na? So in get, I'm creating one empty user registration form. So form equal to user registration form. Form equal to user registration form. This is empty form. And this empty form, you render it. Response equal to render, request comma. Now there is template. You require a template. So this is a template. And what is a template is, okay, some user register dot HTML. In this template, you are rendering what? Form. In this template, you are rendering the form by sending with context parameters or as a context parameters or context object, right? So I send a form and return what it is written here, response. Now this is which method now? Get method. What will happen in get method? It generate one empty form. What will happen in get method? It generates one empty form. So where you input all details and click on submit. Once you click on submit, it will send a request to the same view. But this time you send a request using which method? Post method. This time you send a request using which method? Post method. Now in post method, what you are doing? You are verifying it. If you want, you verify it. If you want, you verify is it input data is valid or not. Okay, so it is validation. Validation means is it checking in the database? Huh? No, no, it is not checking in database. Input data is valid or not. Valid patterns. Pattern. What you are doing? You are checking the pattern. Like is it in uppercase or not? Maximum length. I said what? 15. Okay. If it is exceed maximum length 15, then it will generate what? Error. So this is before doing anything on what? Database. You are loading all the data within the form and you are checking it. Is it input data is correct or not? Is it input data is in correct pattern or not? That is called as form level validation. Form level validation, field level validation. Okay, this you are doing it. But without hitting in what database? No, it will not check in database. But when it will do in the database, once you say save, when you say save, then what will happen? The query is executed. Suppose if username is already exists, then it rises what? Error. That is the validation which is checked at what? Database. But here, form validation is nothing but form validation. Suppose you fill the form, right? When you fill the form, you need to see some certain information is given. Now, it is given in block letters and you have to give like this. Okay, you have to enter in the same manner. Otherwise, he'll reject the form. Yes or no? Okay, so here also same thing. Now, post method, you receive the data. After receiving the data, you store this data within the form. Store this data within the form. And what is the form you are creating? User registration form by storing which data? Post data. Okay, you store all this data within the form. So it is a dictionary contain whatever information sent by client or not. Yes, all this data you store in the form and then you are checking if a form dot is what here valid. If it is valid, what you are saying form dot which one save form dot save. When I say form dot save, this data is saved within the database model. It will create an instance and save it. After saving, redirect. Redirect to which one? Sign in. Redirect to which one? Sign in. so that you can sign in by giving username and password. Correct or not? You can redirect. You can redirect to a sign in. So render comma. What is the name of this is redirect. It's a shortcut. It's a shortcut. Okay, redirect. This will return the response or not? Yes. Redirect to what is the name of the view? Sign in. Okay, sign in. What is the name of the view is? Sign in. Otherwise, otherwise, what will happen? I should generate the error form or not? Yes. You should create a error form by rendering into which template? User register dot html. So that error form should be generated. That error form should be generated. For that I'm saying response. For that I'm saying response equal to render. Response equal to render request comma user register dot html, and this time you are inserting which form? Error form. It means this is a form. This is a form which contain invalid data. So return. Okay, return response. Now this is clean code. Clear code or clean code. It is clear, very clear here. But there you write everything in one view. But here it is very clear. Very clear. Now this is get request and this is what? Post request. Now even you can simplify it. Even more simplification can be done. We'll discuss that. But now we have done like this. This is get request and this is post. Now you need to create one template. What is the template is? User registered template. Okay. You should create one template. Create one folder, templates folder, and in this folder, create. Create one template, and what is the name of the template is user register dot html. User register dot html, and this is a sorry. User register dot html, and this is what here form. Form action. Form method. Form method is what here post. Then after that, you have to insert the form. So form dot as what? Paragraph. Okay, you insert the form as what here? Paragraph. I insert the form as a paragraph. I have not defined the action because you are submitting the request to the same view. You are sending the request to the same view. Now you have to generate. You have to generate CSRF. CSRF. What is that? Token. Okay, right? Whenever you send the request using post method, you have to generate this, right? Use CS as a time waste here. Time waste. हाँ टाइम वेस्ट है आपको CSS आता है ना यार फिर देखेंगे विल यूज इट so user dot html and you have to put one button. So input type is what here? Submit, and value equal to what? Register. Means you are registering the user. What are you doing? You are registering the user by just clicking on which button? Register button. Okay, then next is you have to develop another view. And what is that another view is? Sign in. You have to develop another view, and what is the name of this view is sign in view, sign up view, and one more is a sign in. So sign in view is a view again. Now here also you are handling both the requests. Now get request. Now self comma request. Now here you have to create a form. You have to create one empty form. You have to create one empty form. What is that form is? User, user register. No. What is the form is? Sign in form. You created which form? Sign in form. And this form should be render in which template? Sign in template. Okay. So I'm creating a template. Okay. So response equal to render request comma what is the name of this template is sign in template dot html. Now you are rendering this form. What is this form is? What is this form? Sign in form. Is it this is empty form or not? Yes. Then return. What do you return? Response. What do you return? Response. Now this is if the request method is get. Now after typing the data, username and password, you click on submit. Then will it come to the same or not? Yes, same view which will handle. Is it this user is valid or not? So request and you need to read the data. What data you should read? Username request dot post dot get. What is the field name is unique. Then you are reading a password. Request dot post dot get. What do you get here? Password. Then I should send a query or not? Yes. Some the query is set equal to model name. What is the model name is? What is the model name? User register. User register dot objects dot what is this? Builder. Builder where uname equal to uname. Password equal to password. Means you are trying to get the details of user whose username equal to input username was password equal to what? Input password. Is nothing but see it is like this. How your query is select your query is like this. How your query is the query is like this. Select star from which table users table. Select star from users table where uname equal to input uname. Okay, and password equal to what? Input password. If any user with this username and password, it will return row. It will return some rows. If no row match with this username and password, your query set is empty or not? Yes. If the query set is empty, if the query set is empty, then you should say this username password is valid or invalid? Invalid. Invalid username and password. Invalid username and password. Otherwise, you have to say welcome this user, right? Then what I'm doing, I'm just typing here if query set if query set dot a query set dot which one count. So count is a method, right? Count is greater than 0. If it is greater than 0, then what you are doing? You are generating a response or not? Yes. We'll create an HTTP response, simple response I'll create. So for that, I'm using from Django dot HTTP import. What do you import? HTTP response. HTTP response. Now here I'm generating a response saying HTTP response and what is the response is format username comma I said here what welcome. I just give the welcome message. Okay, right? Now return this response. Okay, return. What do you return here? Response. Otherwise, what do you have to do? Tell me, is it this username password is valid or invalid? Invalid. Then I should generate a message. There's a message. Message. I'm saying a message. What is a message is? This username password is what? Invalid. So I'm saying message equal to invalid. Invalid username or what is it? Password. Invalid username and what? Password. Okay, this message has to be rendered into sign-in template or not? Yes. This message has to be rendered within sign-in template. But you have to generate this sign-in template with a form also. Okay, form also means you want to generate with the same data. Okay, if you want the same data, then what do you do it? Create a form. Okay, input data should be there in the form. So create a form. What is a form is? Tell me here, what is a form? Sign in form. And sign in form is populated with the post data, same data. Okay, so this data is valid or invalid? Invalid. Okay, then render it by saying response equal to render request comma. What is the name of the template is? Sign in. Sign in template dot HTML. Now this time, what is context contain? Form. Okay, form. It is having a form data. It is having a form data, comma. It is also having which one? Message. It is also having a message. Which message? Error message saying that invalid username or password. See here. Clear code. Okay, clear code is there here. Then create. What is the template you have to create? Which template? Sign in template. Create a template. So select the templates and create sign in. Okay, sign in underscore template dot HTML. Now this is a sign in template and again, oh, so here I'm saying a form method is what? Post. Okay, then generate this and insert form as what? Paragraph and insert what do you insert? Message. What do you insert? Message. Before this, you are saying input type equal to submit and value equal to sign in. Input type is submit and value equal to sign in. Okay, right? So this is your complete application, but this is done by using which view? Class based view. Now you need to write the URL. Okay, URLs has to be defined URLs dot py. Okay, from application one dot views import all views. Okay, now I'm writing a path. Now what is a path is sign in, comma, sign in view dot as view. You are converting into a callable. If you want, you can give the name. What is the name is sign in. Okay, then path. Now there is another one called sign up. This is which view? Sign up view. This is a sign up view dot as view, comma, name equal to sign up, name equal to sign up, right? So we configure this URLs. That is sign in and one more is what? Sign up. हाँ, क्या क्वेश्चन क्या है? Why different in here URL path means I didn't get. समझ में नहीं आया. What is the question? Pradeep, what is the question? I didn't understand your question. Come on, fast here. Name is sign in. Why define name variable here? It's optional. I say no. You can use a public URL, and this is which one? Private. This is public and this is private. Suppose if you don't give any name, then internally how you access it? Some name should be there or not? Yes. That's the reason you have to listen all the classes properly. Uh, yes. That is what I discussed already, right? Okay. Then over. Done already. Already done this. सही है हो गया ना यार. अब बाहर गए. Okay. Yes. Then anything over. हाँ. Then Python देखेंगे कितने errors आएगा. So run the server. Okay, now send a request here. Database created. Anand. Database is created. Everything is done. You send a request to what now? Sign in. Send a request to sign in. Oh, but we forgot to put one link here. What is the link? Sign up. New user, sign up. So in the template, which template? Sign in template. You have to create one link. So that is anchor. Yes. Tell me what is the URL? What is the URL is? Sign up. What is the URL is? Sign up. And this is nothing but new user. New user, sign up. New user, sign up here. Okay. Understood? Because first you have to register, right? So without registering, you cannot do anything. Now here sign in. New user sign up. I click on new user sign up. So now this is new user. Okay, now if you want to add some new things, you can add it here. Formatting, you can do it. It is wasting of time only. This is what sign in, sign up, sign in. So this is sign in, sign in form or user sign in, user sign in. Okay. Then next is this is which form? This is which form? User, user registration form. Okay. You can write all this formatting. You can do it. You can say user registration form. Enter name. Name is given. A username is given. Password also given. Okay. Now once you click on register, the request is sent to which view? Sign up view. But this time the request method is what? Post. Click on register. Hmm. Now it is come back to which view? Sign in. Because registration is completed or not? Yes. Okay. Then you can sign in by giving username. क्या दिया यार? हाँ? Select star from users. NIT 1 2 3. NIT 1 2 3. So click on sign in. NIT welcome. Yes or no? Okay. Suppose if invalid username, password, now password is wrong. Now click on sign in. Now there is user registration with this username. What happened? You can see invalid username or password. But what is this message? Why you get this message? You have to display. Yes, yes. What you have to do is this error messages, you have to display if it is exist. Otherwise, it should not display this error messages. Error messages you can display it. Okay, slash. What is the name of this is sign in. I give the user name that is registration, right? NIT and this one, and click on sign in. You can say invalid username or password, but why this is? Somewhere we did the mistake. This error should not come, right? Okay. What we did here, sign in, right? In sign in, I created one form, and this is a form sign in.html. Query set. I read this. Sign in form with the request dot post data. Now it is verifying it. Is it input data is correct or not? But here we have not done any validation, right? We load the data. See, if you want to create an empty form, you can create what? Empty form. So this is which form now? Empty form. Now I'll enter username and password. Click on sign in. Now this is invalid username or password. I'll enter username and password. Okay, then you can click on sign in. Now you can see NIT. Welcome. Hmm. Now username is NIT and password is like this. Sign in. Now invalid username or password. Right? No problem. This case. Okay, right? Now this is what will happen when you work with normal view. This is a base view or not? Yes. बोलो यार कुछ प्रॉब्लम है और एक ऐड करना क्यों यार चेक करने के लिए ओके so we'll add another user with the same name or different name same name okay view what is the view is sign in view new user sign up okay now I'll take another name Suresh is there as 123 is there right click on register done okay then new user sign up again I said Suresh Suresh name is Suresh username is also what Suresh you can give different password and click on register now you can see user register with this username is already exists because username is what here primary key this username is what here primary key means it should be unique or not yes but this username is already exists so it is given error now I can change this name just to give some other name so click on register now user is registered or not yes then you can see in the backend right so these are user names and these are what here password clear okay but here there is some code redundancy is there or not yes कोड रिडंडेंसी, देखो रिडंडेंसी है ना ये, रिडंडेंसी बोले तो क्या है, यू रिपीटेड सेम कोड अगेन एंड अगेन. Which code is repeated? Insertion code is repeated. Suppose which code is repeated? Generating the template. Whenever you want to generate a template with a form, you are writing how many steps? Or whenever you want to create a template with a form, you are writing how many steps? Three steps. What is the first one is? Create a form. What is the second one is? Render it. And what is the third one is? Response. Okay, create a form, render it, create a response. Create a form, render it, create a response. You are writing the same code again and again. Now this can be avoided. This can be avoided by using a base view called template view. What is it? Another view is template view. Template view is used for rendering which one? Template. Rendering template and creating a response. Rendering a template means it will generate a response by inserting template or template data, template form, everything is taken care by which one? Template view and generate the output. So the next view class is template view class. Okay. These are base view classes, but this is clearer below here. Okay. So this is views dot py. I'm copying all the code. See in this, who is this Chandan? In this we already covered login. So don't worry about that. Chandan Roy. Are you there, Chandan? Okay. So here we covered. Okay, na? You want that code also? I think yes, sir. I thought of no. Okay, models.py, access URLs, and then your sign in template, sign in template dot HTML. Okay, then next is user register dot HTML, and then you have to do something in where settings dot py. This is settings dot py. Do the database configuration. Okay, then template. Tell me, Chandan, what is that project name? Which project it is? Day before, what is the project? Which project here? Project? Which project? Day before. Project 20 here. 20. 20. This one only. This one only. Yeah. 20. This one. So you want this code, login code? Not this one, login only, no? You said login only. This is login. Same logic. Not this one. Which one then? This is function based view. This is function based view. Chandan. This is login. This one only. Login form. We did all this. Huh? This one only, right? Same logic here. There we write in Here we write in function. Here we write in one function. This is function. Okay, but now we write in class. ये क्या है? Get method है. ये क्या है? Post method है. As a get method, and there is what? Post method. So this code you want, this is function based view. Okay, I just copy this one. Okay, then you require this template also. So this is login dot html. Okay, right? Yes. Now next we'll see another view. So what is that another view class is? Template view class. And template view class is also called base class, base view class. And what is a template is? Template is nothing but HTML. So template is nothing but an HTML file, or template is a file. Okay, template is a file which contain, okay, which is for presentation or not. Yes. So template view is used for generating what? Templates. Template view is used for generating or rendering template and generating a response. Rendering template and generating a response by including the context data. By including which data? Context data. By including context data. That context data can be a form, that can be any other thing. Okay. So template view is a subclass. Template view is a subclass of which class? View class. Template view is a subclass of which class? View class. And it is used for generating response by rendering what? Template. But anyway, we'll discuss this, like how to work with the template view. And one more is a redirect template, redirect view. Template view and redirect view, but not today, yeah. We'll see tomorrow, right? But this one is understand, right? So we'll go step by step and I'll explain all the view classes. Okay, right? Thank you. We'll see tomorrow. Right.
ମୋତେ ଆର ଟିକେ ଅନଲାଇନ୍ କଲା ଆଗ ଟିକେ ଜଣା ପଡୁଛି ସେ ଅଫଲାଇନରେ ମୋର ମୁଣ୍ଡ ଉପରକୁ ଆଗ ସବୁ ଯାଉଛି ନା ସେଠି ମଣିଷ କନସେନ୍ଟ୍ରେଟରେ ବହି ପାରୁନି ନା କଣ ମୁଁ ବୁଝିପାରୁନି ଆଗର ବହିକି ନେଲେ ଆଗ୍ରହ କାବା ଭଳିଆ ଲାଗୁଛି
No, no, no need. No, no, they don't. You have to write the code. Writing.